Shae's a dick.
Hey everyone, thanks for joining us. The next episode of Red Valkyrie is about to start. All right, welcome everyone to another episode of Red Valkyrie Presents. I am, of course, Shae the Red, and there's some asshole over to the side. I guess they go by CY.borg, Valkyrie.
Yep.
Say hi.
Hi.
By the way, just so you guys know, literally right before I go to hit live, Cy booted me. So we're already starting on the outs. Like, we're already pissed off at each other.
Fair.
Fair. Yes, it is fair. Thank you. I'm glad that you agree with me for once. We're here with the awesome Robert Geronimo. How are you today, sir?
I'm great. Thanks for having me. Happy to be here.
Heck yeah, dude. Before we get into why you are here and why I am covered in blood, we first need to talk about tea. So, are you a tea drinker, Robert? Do you like tea?
I do like tea. I happen to really like tea.
And I do believe, after our conversation backstage about Junji Ito, I think that it's probably safe to say that you are somewhat a fan of anime.
Of course.
Well, I'm just saying, you can go to thedragonstreasure.com and get some anime-themed tea. It's pretty badass. Use code Red Valkyrie, you get 10% off, and show gets a little bit of a kickback. So smooth. No one even knew it was an ad. Everybody knew it was an ad. It's fine. Frog G says, sounds like a normal stream. Yes, accurate. Normally, I do add myself before I start the stream, but instead I just flip Cy off backstage, and it started.
Didn't see it.
Of course you do. You're such a bitch.
I'm sorry you wasted all that effort of lifting a finger.
So, Robert, would you like to watch your video before we get started?
Sure, I'd be happy to. Oh, just me, guys. So, yeah, so I'm taking over the show now. Oh, never mind. Cy's back.
She's still playing it, so we're good.
Okay.
Pocono Mountains, and it's coming for you. No one knows where it came from or who it will get next. Wirehead. This October comes a new tale in fantasy terror. Wirehead. Pre-order now on Indiegogo.
I love that you made it like an old horror flick. Like,
had to.
it definitely had those vibes of like the music and the like boom, and it's all Wirehead. I'm like, ooh, it's like Wes Craven. It's like something creepy's happening.
That's what I was going for. I was really like modeling it off of the Nightmare on Elm Street, trailers and stuff like that. So yeah.
Absolutely, very well done, sir. Okay, how about you go ahead and you give us your pitch for Wirehead, because
Sure.
this is a crazy fucking book.
Oh, thank you. So Wirehead is an homage to the classic 70s and 80s slashers that I grew up watching. I love this stuff. I also love sci-fi as well. So I wanted to create a slasher or a stalker villain that kind of merged the two things I love, sci-fi and horror, together. So we have a cybernetic being that basically terrorizes these unsuspecting teenagers in the Pocono Mountains. And a lot of craziness ensues. There's conspiracy. There's quite a bit of good gory kills, because you have to have that in your slasher story. I mean, some of the best stuff with Jason, is some of the craziest kills. So yeah, that's mainly the core of it. But there's deeper stuff too, because I'm a big fan of history. And I wanted the book to also have like a crazy World War II tie to it. So the creator of Wirehead, and this isn't a spoiler, but the creator of Wirehead is a Japanese scientist from World War II who was doing some horrific experiments when he was in Japan, and he was given immunity here in the US. So what they did was, the government was like, this is crazy research. He's creating metal men. Let's give him immunity. Let's have him, let's give him a base in the or a research facility in the middle of nowhere in the Pocono Mountains where he can create the perfect prototype. Except years later, this thing gets out, and now it's terrorizing people in the 1990s.
Jeez. I mean, MBG, that's totally not terrifying at all. I believe that's an ear.
Yes.
There's an eyeball. That's part of a scalp. And otherwise, indiscernible biological gunk.
There's quite a bit of gunk.
Yeah, just like he got a little something on his hand.
I feel the need to defend the horror term viscera.
There you go. Yes. Very nice. Very nice.
I like it.
Goodness. This was the thing that made me go like, yeah, I think I might want to know more about this, because you've got, when we scroll down a little bit more and you actually see like the little explanations of all of the characters, just like Sai was saying backstage, it's very Archie. Yeah. Like they seem so like, golly gee whiz, and then you see this and I'm like, are we killing Archie and Veronica? Because I'm kind of down to that. Like I'm kind of okay with that.
Yeah, I when I was I also illustrate Blood Realm over at Alterna, and I wanted to illustrate this, but I was like, you know what, I don't know if my art would work best with this story. Oh, there we go. Thank you so much.
I got a couple. It's just I'm trying to. We just had Peter Smetty on.
Publishing Pete on last week. Yeah.
Get out of here! Did you really?
Yeah. And I was like, I need to actually sit down and read this, because the thing that I like about Blood Realm, I know this is shifting gears.
No,
but okay. But I wanted to just point this out because I didn't grow up with newsprint, and that was something that I had told Pete. I like the thicker comic paper, mostly because I'm kind of disorganized, so my stuff gets beat to shit, and newsprint does not handle getting beat to shit very well.
It doesn't, but it gives you character though.
But this, the way that you guys did this, where it is so minimal color, that red is like horrifyingly red.
Yeah.
Like it pops off the page, and really, like, look at this shit. That's creepy as hell. I love it. It makes me so happy and incredibly terrified at the same time. Little goblin boy.
Like, gotta have a goblin
right
boy.
There. Oh my god.
Fantasy. Yeah.
So when I was scrolling down, I saw Blood Realm on your thing, and I was like, wait, why do I know the name Geronimo? And I was like, oh yes, I'm excited now. Like, this is gonna be great.
Awesome. Yeah, it's Blood Realm is. I'm very fortunate that people are enjoying it, and obviously, I love horror. And you're in for a wild ride, because I try to keep every volume fresh and different and unique. And there's going to be a total of 6 volumes. So there's 3.
You have enough teenagers to. Or you're talking about Blood Realm?
No. 1 volume of Wirehead. That's all I can handle.
I was gonna say, do not kill every last one of these teenagers, because I feel like they all die. I don't feel like they make it.
They breed more.
Look at them. Look at that. They're too pure to make it through this.
It's true. It's true.
Oh.
Yeah. So
I love the ink spot freckles that screams innocence, and I'm about to.
Exactly, and she's the youngest one too. So
of course she is.
Yeah,
and she's probably a ginger.
Yeah, actually, she's got a lighter color hair. Yeah, very good.
See, I should have just cosplayed her. Then I wouldn't have to wear a wig.
So with the art style, I was like, you know what? I was like, if for the type of story I'm trying to tell here, I need someone who can have like that innocence we're talking about. So this way, when the violence hits, it's like, whoa, it's like, it kind of really hits you. It's a different thing. It's more impactful. So I think Michael O'Shea works very well with this, because there is that innocence, that is always getting wrecked in all of these slasher films. So by having it, visually in the artwork, I think kind of enhances it.
I'm leaving that that bad pun up until you address it, Shae.
Bad Austrian accent. That's not how you get ahead. Ha ha. Ha ha. That was a terrible joke.
You suck. You gotta put some oomph into it.
I don't. First off, I can't do an Austrian accent, so I can't even do a bad one.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't know where to start.
Arnold. That's
No.
Arnold.
Nope. Negative.
That's not how you get ahead.
There you go. See, you had to be the one to read it. Okay, so let's go over your cast of characters. So we've got obviously Mr. Wirehead.
Mr. Wirehead to you, right?
I don't want to be his next victim. I got to be formal.
That's smart.
He doesn't kill me. Okay, so who is Nancy?
So we have Nancy. So we follow two groups of teenagers. So the first group, and they kind of like meet in the middle of the book. So the first group is kind of like an homage to Blair Witch because they've heard about this facility and this doctor who's been doing these crazy experiments. And they go there with their film crew to kind of like see if they can uncover this conspiracy. So they get in there and then they inadvertently do something that allows this creature to come out. So because it was a horrible accident. So when they go into that facility, there's a lot of dead people already. So, and then meanwhile, when that happens, there's a car on the road with a bunch of other teenagers. And then basically hell ensues because right at that moment, Wirehead's causing havoc and they're all there at the same time.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Stupid teens. So Nancy is one of the film students.
Yes.
Who's going there with Drew, who is Nancy's cameraman, who I believe is Squishy McSquishhead.
Maybe.
I'm just piecing together from the trip, fall in a hole, drop a camera. Next thing I see, Squishy Head. I'm assuming.
Are you trying to spoilers this?
I'm not. I'm piecing together based off of the information given.
Yeah, right.
I mean, he's already filthy. He's not gonna make it long. Like there are rules in horror. Okay,
that is true.
When you are either completely pristine, you're going to have like some horrifically bloody death, or if everybody else is kind of messed up, but you are just completely fucked up, like you're the next to go.
You're gone. That's how it works.
Like it's too much to try and keep up all of that makeup and prosthetics for a long period of time. You're the next one to die.
There's a formula you got to follow.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, but there are three filmmakers, but one of them we don't see here. And then after Drew, we have the new set of teenagers that are driving. And they do meet other characters along the way, but this is the central main cast that we'll be following. So we have Christian, and then we have his girlfriend underneath him. And they're like the pair. They're the oldest.
Girlfriend. Oh my gosh. She looks insufferable. Please tell me she dies. I feel like I want Samantha to die.
Well, what's really cool is that there's certain characters. Well, I'll put it this way: when I was writing this, I was like, you know what? One thing I can't stand is when characters in sci-fi and horror films just do things that you're like, come on, no one would do that. You know what I mean?
It's like that Geico commercial where they're like, let's go hide in the barn with the chainsaws.
It's the chainsaws. That's a good car. Forget the car. Let's go behind the chainsaws in the shed. With the hanging
and
limbs.
The killer's just standing there looking at them like they're so stupid.
It's like, come
on. What the fuck just happened? Like this is too easy. This isn't even fun.
Right, exactly. He looks bored.
Like he literally looked like he's gonna be like, I'm just gonna rub the chainsaw right behind them and see where they go next. And then they're like, let's run to the basement. And he's like,
with the meat hooks.
The fucking hell? That's not.
Yeah.
Like they're not even fun to kill. Like.
Right. So
could you try a little? Just a little?
Try to survive.
Just something. So with these characters, I was like, you know what? I really wanted to be like, okay, if someone's in this situation, what would they do? And how would they grow from it? Like if they're a jerk, and they have a sister or a brother, how what would happen? Would you save that person? Would you not? Would you go back for that person? So I try to have those kind of things going on in the story. So they've been fun to write, and some of them have been fun to kill off. So, obviously you guys will have to see who dies and who lives.
I can't wait. I know I have backed this. I am very eager to see if Samantha dies. And if she makes it, I feel like I'm going to be a little disappointed.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah.
So we have Michelle.
Yes. Who is Shae. Shae is right now perfectly cosplayed as Michelle.
Perfectly. Covered myself in blood and put on a wig with glasses. So
Perfect.
Michelle.
Excellent.
Nice.
I dig it.
Oh, stop. Sai always brings you up full screen and then doesn't ever take me down. It gets awkward.
There's a delay. I have to see you full screen before I can take you away.
Yeah.
Sai's operating off of a Chromebook, so all of the hitches and the random drops and all of that stuff, that's basically
of course.
So Michelle's the middle sister of Samantha.
She's the oldest.
So Samantha's the oldest.
Michelle's middle, and then below her is Kelly. She's the youngest.
Oh, she also looks like she's somewhat insufferable. Like she might not be, but I just have the image of like the little sister that doesn't stop screaming. You're like, I am gonna need you to get your shit together, okay? Like,
yeah, no, this is it. Very good. You're gonna like this.
He's like, oh, so these are the kind of horror tropes you're waiting for. Good.
All there for you.
I'm so excited. All right, so you have a couple of stretch goals.
Right, we haven't hit any stretch goals yet, but I think we're like 300 something away at this point.
You are 295 away from that first stretch goal.
Yeah, but close. It would be a prequel story because Wirehead actually began as a short prose story that I wrote, but it was like focusing more around the doctor. So I was like, you know what? I was like, since it's like a prequel thing, because then the story kind of like the comic evolved from it. I was like, I would like to put that in the back of the book with some illustrations by me, or maybe the other artists. We'll see. But that's the stretch goal. So that'll bring the book to 100 pages, by the way.
Very cool. Yeah. Sai wants me to point out that your artist uvula game is on point.
Yeah, no, he's got it. That's what actually
made
me hire him. I was like, all right, he's got that uvula right.
I need you to draw a character screaming. See, she doesn't look pained enough, so I can't hire you. Oh, the uvula. This one. This is the one.
There you go. We're going to need a lot of those for the screams.
Yes, right. Make them look like they're vibrating in horror.
I noticed she has no tonsils. Let's write that in the description.
Oh my gosh. So at 10 grand, which you are 295 from, we get that bonus story, which is awesome. At 15, there's UV spotting added, which, can I just say, one of my favorite things is when people who are doing horror comics do the spot glass for like blood splatter or the eyes. Like, we got to get that 15 because holy shit, that'd be so great.
Yeah. I was thinking the same thing with the blood on the faces and everything. So
yes. Oh my gosh. Like the what was the one that we had to reschedule? Doomsday Kingdom. So they did like their whole front cover is it like they had their nice art, and then they basically just blood splattered as if the book was laying there when someone was killed. And then they spot UV'd all of it, and it's on a hardcover book. And I'm like, oh, that's actually pretty fucking slick. Like, as much as you're like, damn, you covered the art, you're like, oh, but it's so perfect.
Yeah, that is pretty cool. That's the thing about it. It's like you got to do it right.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, and Mad Ruth,
rub the blood.
do you know what this is? So this is from one of the old school comics in the 90s that I've got that Frege did the cover for, and when you rub the blood splatter, it disappears.
What?
Yeah, it's heat sensitive. It's the coolest shit ever.
It's heat sensitive.
It's fucking awesome because he sat there and he was like, I held up, I was like, Frege, look what I got, and he went, rub the blood, and I was like, yeah, why does it say that on there? And he goes, rub the blood. It's like, you're weird. Why should I rub the blood? He's like, will you rub the fucking blood? And I was like, okay. So I start rubbing it, and I was like, holy shit! Like, it goes away. And he was like, yes, that is why it says rub the blood.
That is funny. Oh my
Thank
god.
you. Blood Strike issue 1. Thank you, Mad
Oh,
Ruth. I couldn't
cool.
remember the name. Yes. So it
awesome.
is heat sensitive ink.
Wow.
It's all kinds of crazy shit you can do if you have the funding.
Yeah, I'd like to do a lot of stuff, but you need that green.
Right, exactly. That trust us, we feel you. There's
Yeah.
so many things that I want to do for Red Valkyrie, but funding's got to be there.
Got to be there. I know.
$1 million stretch goal. Wirehead is completely holographic throughout the book.
$1 million. I'll build Wirehead. I will build.
Can I help?
Yes, please.
Yes.
I will get my
You
own
heard it here
laboratory and
first.
build him.
$1 million stretch goal. We will build Wirehead.
That's it.
Can we not make him sentient though? Because I really don't want a giant robot that's gonna go kill everybody.
Yeah, I guess so. Why not?
Okay.
Yeah. Well, the fun
we'll
thing.
discuss that.
The thing. Yeah, we'll talk. The thing about Wirehead, though, what's interesting is that he was actually built to serve. So what happens is his programming goes haywire. So when he commits these horrible, horrible things, he thinks he's doing right because he's only given a couple of lines, in his programming. So it's like, allow me to assist. Or as he's squeezing in your head, pressing your skull harder and harder, you hear, please remain calm. So that's
super fucked up.
So that's basically what's going on with him. I just, because it's one thing to have a towering, hulking guy,
Right.
squeezing your head, but how creepy would it be to hear the complete opposite of what he's doing?
Right.
Because he's meant to
Remain
serve.
calm.
Please remain calm. And exactly as like your head starts to please remain calm. Please. Remain calm.
Oh
So,
my god.
Yeah, so that was one of the biggest original things that made me think of the character. Was like, imagine this cybernetic being that is designed to help us and serve us, and he has this limited dialogue, but when the programming goes wrong, he's doing the opposite, but he still says that dialogue.
Right? Oh,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Yeah. So that's the
That's
extra layer for you.
Was that in Outer Limits or Twilight Zone? To serve humans was a cookbook.
That is Twilight Zone.
I was gonna say
that was
Twilight
awesome.
Zone.
Yeah.
No, you weren't.
And then the Simpsons parodied it in one of their Treehouse of Horror.
Oh yeah, those are great.
Yeah, I remember that. Oh, so good. 20,000, we get matte coated interior, which would be awesome. So you're already in demand. How long are you staying in demand?
I'm gonna probably stay in demand until I would say we're getting a little bit closer to printing. So right now we have the first chapter done. There's 2 chapters left, so we'll probably be ready the end of January. So probably a little bit in February we'll probably end up closing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we got a little more than a month and some change,
right,
to see if we can't do some massive moves to get some of these cooler stretch goals, which would be awesome. I'm just saying, guys, it would be amazing. And then you have your backer bonuses. So 100 backers, art print by Vince Rush, which was unlocked, 150. Yes. An art print by Michael Odom.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who that is. Also unlocked. And
we'll have to update that. We have unlocked that, the 200 backer one.
The 200 backer. Nice. Digital companion track by Institute 91.
Yeah, they do really great synth wave or like, dungeon synth music, like 80s style. So they were big fans of the book, and they sent me like 2 tracks that were like, yeah, listen, if there was ever a Wirehead track, we figured we'd just do this. And I listened, I was like, I love this. I was like, this is like in the opening credits and they're in the middle of like if it was a movie. So I said, can I use this? And they were like, please, whatever you like, give it to the readers. So
that's cool.
Everyone's gonna get that, the 2 tracks.
You should low key put it in your trailer, just a little bit in the background. Because if there was anything that I felt was missing, was just a little bit of horror music in the background. Obviously, you can't put in Jason or Freddy or something like that.
I know. I wish.
Yeah.
No, I'll do that. I received that after the trailer was made and everything. So now that I have that, I could definitely put it in there, and it's mine.
Exactly. That would actually be really cool.
Yeah.
All right, so this is one of the art prints that that you can add on.
Yes, it's an add-on, and also it's in the featured perk. I highly recommend the featured perk to everyone because you get the most bang for your buck. To be honest.
Awesome.
Yeah,
We will go over perks
yeah.
in just a second. So that's from Christian Rossi. Damn.
Yeah,
Look
he's a
what you get.
killer
Yeah.
artist. Yeah, Void
He's
Walker
very
at Alterna.
And then I love this one because it
Oh.
very much looks like the old school, like Nightmare on Elm Street
Yeah,
kind of horror like movie posters and stuff like that.
That's the vibe.
I love it. And I love that you did it's rated R.
Yeah.
It is very much rated. Don't buy this for your child.
Well, maybe buy it for your kid.
Don't buy it for your kid unless your kid can handle it like Lug. Lug would probably be like, oh, his head got blown up. That's not good. And then she'd flip the page because that's the kind of kid that Lug is.
But you know what's funny? Never tell a kid that it's going to be too scary for them because then they're going to be like, what? No, I want it. I'm going to read it twice.
Oh, yeah, no. I was really shocked because Lug is 6, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she will sit there and tell you that Jason Voorhees is her best friend and Freddy Krueger is jealous because she's best friends with Jason.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, the fact that your child knows the characters that well, and she'll go off and tell stories about them.
Her dad walks around in a hockey mask.
I mean, it's true.
Does he?
Yeah, Tug.
Oh, no way.
I didn't even that umbrella guy and Littlest Umbrella Girl. Yeah,
I didn't even put 2 and 2 together.
Tug and Lug. Yeah, so Lug loves horror, and it's so funny because I was talking to Tug about where her love of horror came from, and apparently it was like one of those when you're sitting there and you're reading him a story, and it's a really sweet story. He was reading shit that he would want to read, so he was reading horror stuff,
right.
And she just grew up like, these are awesome stories. And like, that's what she loves now.
To be perfectly honest, like it's hilarious because my mother doesn't understand why I write horror and why I draw horror. But then I explained to her, I was like, you read Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark to me. You gave me that book and all these creepy like tales and everything like that. I
went and bought it again to have the original illustrations and everything in it because they redrew them. I don't remember.
The redrawings are terrible.
Well, like, okay, so the one that stuck out of my head the most was the woman that had all the spiders that laid eggs in her face.
Messed me
and
up.
Then they all exploded out, right? And like that was terrifying to me. I saw the redraw and it was like one spider on her cheek. Oh, and I was like, what the fuck is this? That isn't scary.
They had banned the book. So like that had circulated from the 80s and the 90s, and then like at the end of the 90s they were like, we need to get this off the market, and they did. And then it didn't become off the ban list till like 6 years ago.
Yeah, something like that. But then when they brought it back, they had changed all of the illustrations to be more child friendly, and all of them were terrible. And so I went back through probably in the past like 4 or 5 months. I went back through Amazon. I found the original illustrations to Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, and I bought it. I was like, I want this.
They re-released them now because now it's off the ban list. So now they're like, all right, and it's like a box set. So I was like, I bought them all again. I was like, hell yeah.
Yes, exactly. You're like, I need all of these before they were ruined.
I agree. Yeah,
I used to read. Incredible. I was always the dramatic kid in school, so I was the one that was reading all these scary stories with like gravitas and like where other kids are reading it and they're going, "That's not scary," and I went, "You didn't read it right," and I'd read it again. They go, "Oh, I don't like that story."
my cousin, my friend, one of my best friends, he had the like a deluxe edition back then in the 90s, and it had the audio tape. So I don't know if you had that. And this creepy voice so we would sit there, right, with one little light, a flashlight, and he would play the recorder, and we would sit there following along with the book, terrified. And we would close all the lights too. And the voice that would narrate it like was so intense, and there would be sound effects. You could track that down. Let me tell you, that's probably on YouTube somewhere.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, love all that stuff.
Yes, that stuff is the best, and some of the big inspiration for this book.
That's so cool. Okay, so this is another print that you can add on by Ryan Wynn.
Yes, Ryan Wynn. This is actually, you can't add this one on. This is only exclusive to the featured perk, just this one.
Oh, bull.
Yeah, I love this one because it has that like They Live vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
very much so. The eyes with that, and you know what it is that really sells it. And this is something a lot of people don't do well when they're doing like those glowy red eyes. He did around the pupil.
Yes.
If you don't have the yellow around the pupil, it doesn't work. It doesn't feel the same.
No, it doesn't.
It's good.
He did a great job. He really did. And he does Hammerella right now. It's on.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, we had Mr. Wynn on for him.
Oh, you have? Okay.
Oh, yes. Oh, hold on. Yes, we had him on.
Oh, that's awesome.
We had him on.
That's fantastic.
I have all this shit just within reach. This is ridiculous.
I'm jealous.
Yeah, this is the life of a cosplayer. Like, I just have like a little hanging shelf thing over here, and it's got like, there's a top hat and a construction hat and a bowler hat.
Oh my god.
50 other hats shoved in there, all for these kinds of things.
Amazing. I love it.
Hey, Shae, I've come to a decision. You know the hangy things people have for pots and pans in their kitchen? We're getting that for your cosplay props.
Oh.
If we could put that up on the ceiling so some of them... Yes, that'd be perfect.
Exactly.
I like the way you think.
Write it down.
I can finally hang up my my Riddler cane so I could actually see it. The giant question mark.
Write it down.
Oh my god.
I'll write it down later. It's on the show. I will. Ooh, and you have t-shirts. Okay. I'm a total swag nut. I love merchandise. Like, you have no idea. I've been spending... It's like how I decompress. I spend all my time making merch.
Awesome.
This is a really cool design. Oh. Normally, I don't go for the merch that has the name like right up on the front with whatever the art is. But because the art is so minimal and you just did it where it's like a kind of red glow over him, I feel like it works really well. Oh my gosh, you guys already... Our signature question. Have you considered patches?
Have I considered patches? I have not. Is that something people would want? Because maybe I'll look into it.
We love patches. We have these really badass jackets that we had made for our show when Cy and I hit monetization. And I'll just show them before Cy does. Those are our jackets. We're taking these jackets and we're sewing on all of the campaign patches that we get. Like, we've got hybrids, we've got Merry Boys, a whole slew of other creators who've done patches. And everybody bitches that me, Luke, and Cy are the only people in CG who wants patches. I say you are wrong because a lot of people get excited about them. So screw all of you guys. And I do know a guy. So if you want to look into patches, let me know. I'll get you Tony's contact info. He's a pretty good guy.
Please do.
Absolutely. He's very cool. And they're used to doing military type patches. So they're used to making patches out of artwork. So you can take some of your really badass artwork and have it replicated in a patch pretty easily.
I'm down with that. Yeah, that sounds great. And I see Sliver Ogre. Thank you so much. He backed the book. He said he backed it before, so I just want to say thank you so much.
Yes, Silver's awesome. See, and Silver likes patches. See, it isn't just me, Cy, and Luke. I almost said me, Cy, and Shae. Gosh, self-centered. Anyway, so yeah, I'm excited that you have t-shirts, and then you also have a trading card
with some kill stats and some info on him. Yeah.
Oh, he's only 7 feet tall. Okay.
All right. Well, you imagined him taller?
I mean, I'm 6'1", so.
Are you really? Wow.
Yeah. I'm a giant. So if I put my heels on, I'm almost his height.
That's awesome.
But then I'm in heels with a giant homicidal cyborg type thing. So that's.
You could be the bride of Wirehead.
No, thank you. I don't think that'd go well. I feel like I'd wake up one day and you plug like wires and tubes and shit into the back of my head.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say. If I put on my heels, I I wouldn't be able to run as effectively. Although I will say I have learned how to run in heels to a point.
Mm-hmm.
Depends on the heel. Depends on the heel and the terrain. Ooh, and then you also have your commission gallery open. Is this Slender Man?
It is Slender Man, yes.
Oh, that is a really freaky depiction of him.
Thank you. Yeah.
Fuck that story, man. I
agree.
Oh my goodness, this is super cool. So people can also get commissions. You got Michael O'Shea commissions.
Mm-hmm. Preston Acevedo did a really cool original art of Wirehead, so we have that for sale too.
Oh, of course. Gosh, of course Preston put Big Titty in there somewhere. He's like, she dead, but she in there. Boobs up. Made sure that she died boobs up.
Can you scroll up a little? The chat's cutting it off. No, I meant where you could see the boob more center screen.
There's the boob. It's pretty hard to miss. It's a Preston piece, so you know that the boobs are going to be present. This guy looks like he's like pissed off that he was killed. Like he's looking up at him like, you motherfucker.
He is a little bit. He's like, come on, man.
Like, dude at the very bottom is just like, son of a fucking, like, but you're dead though. Like, why are you still like angry? You're dead.
Why are you angry, bro?
It's like, I almost made it. 3 more inches.
Fuck.
And Shae wires tubes and stuff. That's my plan for you.
No. Oh, and then do you have the original cover for sale?
The original artwork is for sale. Yeah. So
can I just say the horror that he managed to get on the girl's face where she's crying and everything, like she genuinely looks, that isn't crying because I'm sad. That's not crying because, you know, my boyfriend just broke up with me or I'm trying to get attention. Like that is legitimately like ugly crying, open mouth, like whale sobbing. I don't want to die. And like he did such a good job of selling that. That's hard to do.
Yeah. I told him, I said, listen, I said, she's screaming for her life and she doesn't want to die. I literally said that to him. So I was like, I need that on that cover. So
he did amazing. She looks like she's just witnessed the most horrific thing ever. She looks like she's just trying to keep her shit straight. Like, I don't know what we're going to do, but we need to get the fuck out of here somehow.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, it's so great. Okay, let's go back up and go through your tiers because you have a lot of really cool ones. So the featured perk, which is the most recommended by the creator himself.
Yes.
What all are you getting with that?
So you are getting all the prints. So the Ryan Wynn print, my print, and the Christian Rossi print, the trading card, volume 1 and 2 of Blood Realm signed, and also a sticker that says Wirehead. You're also getting 2 copies of the book, one with a head sketch, and they're both signed. And then lastly, you're also getting this to the left, which is a fan art booklet. One of the coolest things that I received from this project is the fan art from a lot of these. It's weird. Some of them are unbelievable illustrators. And I compiled it. And of course, with their permission, I said, I would like to make this an add-on for everyone so people could enjoy this as well. So I have the official Wirehead fan art booklet. So you get all these different illustrations of Wirehead that I've been receiving. It's about like a 20-page book. So yeah, some really cool stuff.
That is awesome. That is super cool that you've got that. So is this going to be like a regular comic size or is it a little smaller?
Yep, regular comic size.
Brilliant. Eddie Winkler, thank you for the $15, hon. He says, hey, everyone. Hey, Shae, get that checked out. Hope this helps with the hospital bill. This is the makeup for yesterday. Back Wirehead, I did. Have a good night, all. Thank you so much, Eddie. We love and appreciate you. Great supporter of us. And definitely go and check out Sovereign Wolf because Eddie does some amazing shit.
Oh, yeah. It looks unbelievable.
Right?
Oh
y'all are killing me here. Like, you realize that I don't make that much money, and I'm over here going, well, who the fuck am I backing now?
I know,
I'm
it's
just trying
like
to back everybody.
It's like every time I'm like, all right, good, I'm done. Then another project comes up, and I'm just like, I need this too. You know, where did this come from?
Gosh, no kidding. It's ridiculous. But yeah, Eddie was hanging out with us on Regen Cycle. He kept trying to send in a super chat, and YouTube kept telling him no.
What? Oh man.
I think it's because there were 2 words that he used in there that YouTube didn't want him to use. One of them being Twitter. Go figure. They block the dumbest shit.
Of course they do.
So do you already have your fan art stuff made up and ready to go, or
I just sent the booklet to print yesterday. I'm sorry, no, not yesterday. Yesterday was Christmas, so the 23rd. That's when I did it. So it's going to the printer.
Nice. That's awesome. That's super exciting.
And it's available as an add-on as well for $5. So you don't have to back the featured perk just for that.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
All right. So then we have for $10 you can get the digital only.
Mm-hmm.
16. This is just a sketch card, right? This is not the book.
Right, because some people who had backed the project already wanted to back again for a sketch card, so I made it its own little thing.
Nice. I feel like I might have to back at a sketch card level just so I can add that on, because that wasn't part of it, I don't think, when I backed initially. I'll have to go back and double check what I did.
I don't think that was there at the time.
I forget these things. Like Cy just put up on the screen, I have 185 backings. I forget what I've backed.
Wow.
I have to go back through and I have a spreadsheet of everything, and so I stop backing things 2 or 3 times because I'm like, oh, this book looks awesome, and then I back and I go, oh damn, I backed that 2 weeks ago. I'm like, oh. I was like, well, enjoy my money twice, because I'm not going to refund for me being a dumbass.
Oh my god.
And I do agree with Joe, who says that is a good deal for a sketch card. That is yes, that is a very good deal for a sketch card.
Yeah, we ended up getting quite a few. This was a recent one too, baby.
Look at how cute!
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Let's see, Vader.
Nice.
Yeah. So, and I don't know if anyone recognizes this guy. Let's see if anyone does. This was a I don't know, a deep cut, you want to say? So.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
It's tough. If it's Star Wars Cantina, he's in there in the background.
You just picked a random Cantina goer. Yeah. You're like, oh, it's a patron of the Cantina. Let's draw him.
Exactly.
I feel like that's what I would do, but that would purely be because it's not going to look like anything, and so I'm going to pick one and then just be like, oh, it's a real obscure character.
Well, I had received instructions he's like, not Greedo, not Luke, not Obi-Wan. I want a random patron. But turns out in that Cantina scene, just in the background, that are in frame for 3 seconds, there are a ton of characters. I had no idea it was that packed with all these weird characters. I knew they were weird, but I didn't know there were more.
Yeah, you're just
do the one-armed guy. The one that they did in Robot Chicken that was really an architect, and he cut off his drawing.
Oh yeah, I love it. That's the walrus looking guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my gosh. All right, so for 20 tiny bucks, you can get yourself a copy of the graphic novel.
Mm-hmm.
And is this on newsprint, or is this on?
No, this is going to be on regular graphic novel stock paper.
Sweet. Ooh, and then you can get a Blood Realm catch-up pack, this is what was confusing me. So I have this, and then I have these.
Okay.
Is this in one of these?
No, it
okay.
Isn't. Okay, so you have volume 1 and volume 2, and you have issue 1 of volume 3. Volume 3. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So
that makes more sense now.
Right. So, but now that Alterna is, we have broken away from Diamond, we don't have to do that crazy numbering anymore, because Diamond really liked it when books would always be number 1 again. It was very frustrating, hard way to market and sell your book. So now that we don't have to do that and keep having to, all right, no, it's volume 2, issue 1, volume 3, issue 1. Now we're going to, with this new latest Alterna reprint, everything is going to be ongoing now.
Oh, so good.
You kind of,
because I was very confused when I was like, there's 4 issue 1s. Which one do I want?
Yeah, it's very frustrating. And again, now that we're free from Diamond, the shackles of Diamond are broken. We can do whatever we want now, and it's very freeing. And we could properly, sell and market our book.
Yeah, thank goodness, right?
Yeah.
And like Peter was telling us, your reorders will actually happen now. So
Oh my God. Don't even get me crazy with that stuff. That was, real quick. I'll be honest, because of Diamond, I lost thousands of dollars in reorders. And he probably told you this because Blood Run was doing very well. And we had, I think at one point, 2,000 reorders. It was something insane. It was hundreds and hundreds of reorders. And the longer they sit there, they expire. So he's showing me, and I'm just like, what do we do? These comic shops want the books. And they would just let it sit there. And then one time he said, if you send them the books, they find him. We didn't ask for these. Yeah, but you have reorders there. Well, we didn't ask for it, so you're fined. Oh, forget it. But we're free. We're free now. We don't have to talk about it.
Thank goodness. You guys, you know what it is it's the fact that you guys are too much of a threat.
That's exactly it.
You're actually producing stuff that people want, and that is posing a threat to
100%.
Other, yep. I won't even say bigger. I'm just going to say other competition who's been around a little longer than you have, and that's been the problem. So thank goodness you've broken away. You can do your own thing. You can market your stuff the way that you want because you guys definitely have good quality products on here for sure.
Yeah, and it's freeing, and I think it's very exciting personally. So
yes, absolutely. So the cool thing about this is you can get this for $23 and have all of the editions signed, or let's be real, just do this. And get up here. That would just do the featured perk because there's pretty much everything in there. I'm just saying.
You won't get the
issue 3, volume 3, 1, 2, and 3, right?
Right, but you'll get volume 1 and 2 for sure. Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I know.
Yeah, you could do this way.
You could. I think it's available as an add-on too. So
see, there you go. So I'm just dude, because this is just getting you Blood Realm. Blood Realm's great. Right. But you also want Wirehead. Let's be real.
Yeah.
All right, and then we have a Blood Realm t-shirt. You're killing me with these t-shirts. And then need like one of each.
Yeah, Blood Realm t-shirt also.
I love it. Okay. Wirehead and Blood Realm. So these are the Giants.
Correct.
Volume 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm. And of course, everyone's getting all of the backer bonuses we unlock. So you get 2 prints already and the digital stuff, the digital soundtrack. Yeah. So you're getting stuff as well.
That is awesome. I'm sorry, Wirehead graphic novel and a sketch card for $35. That is insanity. Very inexpensive, people. Definitely something that if you want a sketch card, why wouldn't you? Because it is a mini piece of original art. You should all want a sketch card. For sure. Not to mention, you have baby Grogu, so
I do. Yeah. See, Vader was a popular one though. A lot of people asked for Vader, but I did get this one. I have to ink, but so we have the Crow.
Oh, nice!
And of course, another Vader.
Another Vader.
Yeah.
Look at you with all these
Vaders.
All right, so we have the Wirehead graphic novel and 2 art prints, which is yours as well as
Christian's.
Right.
Yeah.
Very nice. I just want this one to hang up on my walls, like all around here. Various campaigns and stuff up on my walls. And yours looking like a movie poster, like that needs to go up on the walls in here.
I would love to do like an 18 by 24 one. That would be so nuts. We'll see.
I'd put it on the back of my door. And then I'd freak myself out every time I was like shutting off the lights to leave my office. Be like, oh fuck. Oh, that's right. Oh gosh, forgot it existed.
Yeah.
Fucking Wirehead. All right. 45, you get the Wirehead t-shirt and the graphic novel. Highly recommended. Shae recommends.
Yes, she does.
Retailer incentive, or if you have 4 friends, I
that's
don't.
an idea.
But if you have 4 friends, then you guys can save on shipping and the overall cost of the book. So, it's
that's not a bad idea. If you have 5
belated Christmas gifts for people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Be like, here's some Wirehead in your life.
Everyone, I think during this time, because it's absolutely crazy with the pandemic and all the nonsense that's going on, we need a little cathartic dismemberment right now. So,
right? I'd be like, Happy Easter, everybody.
Exactly. Exactly.
Oh, gosh.
I mean, when we look at like slashers when they came out, I mean, in the 70s, they were bred right after the post-Vietnam era. It was that very, they were like anti-traditional films. And then you have post 9/11 where, it's Hostel and all that other stuff, what they call torture porn and all that. So I think it's time for slashers to make a return after this crazy nonsense.
Absolutely. And couldn't you just see, like, everybody's locked up at home and everyone's moves are like monitored and limited, and this would be like prime time for there to be a serial killer.
we need it. We need it. So keeps everyone sane. Keeps everybody sane.
Right. The constant fear of death. Keeps everybody sane.
Keeps us grounded.
It's fine. So fine. Michael O'Shea commissioned for $150. So with this, it's not just the art commission, which is crazy to me because I have commissioned a few artists, and I would expect 150 to be like the commission price. But you're doing the commission, you're doing the 6-inch by 9-inch prints, as well as the graphic novel.
Correct.
So you guys are getting all kinds of great stuff, plus original art from Michael O'Shea, which I would jump on. I mean, there's 9 more spots. I would definitely get in on that because that is a cheap price to be able to commission an artist, especially one that does such intricate detail. Like that is a lot of detail.
Oh yeah, no, he goes all out, especially his specialty. Guys, if you were like a big fan of dinosaurs or just kaijus, that's like his thing. So if you guys are like into that, for sure.
Yeah, that doesn't come across at all on the perk picture.
Yeah.
Not even a little bit. I would have thought My Little Pony, but
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe he can do a kaiju.
That's another thing that he does.
Oh, okay. Makes sense.
They weren't that far off.
All right, and then we have a commission from yourself for $200. Again, still a crazy steal. Yeah, love it.
Thank you.
Love it. And then we've got some original artwork for the cover by Preston Aceveda for $300. And the Wirehead cover art for $500. Are you secretly hoping that this doesn't sell so you can just keep it on your wall? Because I think I would secretly hope that nobody buys it and just be like $500 would be great.
Maybe.
But I could also keep this on my wall.
That's not a bad idea. I may have to take that off now.
Oh, this is awesome. All right. Did we have any questions in the chat that you saw, Sai, that I've maybe missed?
The usual tree question, which I forbade, I guess they can ask.
All right. We have a bit of a standard question, thanks to Jason Bascom, and carried on by Frog G, because Frog G always asks if you could be any kind of a tree. What tree would you be and why?
I would probably be. Is it the evergreen? Right, that's the one that like withstands all the different climates and the brutal winter.
Yeah, that's like a class of trees, like the fir, the pine, things like that. Those are all evergreen.
Okay, yeah, so I'd probably do that.
Nice. Silver wants to know, which Alterna box do I need for the Giants Blood Realms?
Which Alterna box? I guess he means on the Alterna Indiegogo campaign. You out? But they came out already? Oh, you got it way back.
I got it when they very first came out.
Oh.
I'm just saying it fits very nicely in the regular collector's case, silver. Just so you are aware.
Very nice.
Beautiful. Fits very, very nicely. Now Vanna White it for you. That's actually what I kept my Blood Realm in, was the alternate case, because I was like, I feel like I can't keep alternate comics anywhere else. That's sacrilege. Like it has to go in an alternate case.
I agree, and I love the slips, the cover slips or whatever.
I can't wait for those. I actually have to go back because that closes Friday night at midnight. So yes. I should be getting paid Friday morning, and I'm gonna have to go and back 3 more of these cases, so all my stuff will ship in them.
Nice.
And stay nice and safe. But yeah, it's that actually because the giants are the collected ones that have all 80 pages. So you've got the regular, like this is volume 1 of 3 or issue 1 of 3 of volume
3.
Oh my god.
I know. Volume 3, issue 1. Don't worry, it's going to be all over.
So when all of these are done, they combine it into a giants like this.
Correct.
Okay. So that's all the giants means, is that it's all of them together. So it's a regular, they're still regular sized as far as dimensions. They're just 80 pages instead of what is it, 20 something?
Right, 24. Oh, that's what he meant. Yeah, so that's what he meant. Yeah. If they fit. Okay. Yeah.
Yep, they fit perfectly. So that would be the one that I would definitely back. So we talked a little bit about it because we talked about scary stories to tell in dark, but you and I were talking backstage about Junji Ito.
Yeah.
And I wanted to get into seeing like the stories of Junji Ito illustrated and the impact that had on what you wanted to have your artist do for Wirehead.
Oh yeah, for sure. Even with Blood Realm too. I mean, I was blown away by Line that could terrify me, and I didn't know Line could do that till I read. This is before like a lot of the stuff was translated. This was way back. A friend of mine was from Korea, and she saw the way I was drawing. She was like, the way you draw your story reminds me a little bit of this horror manga artist. And I was like, oh really? His name's Junji Ito. I never heard of him. And she brought me the collected version of Uzumaki, and I was like, what is this? Like this is absolutely wild. I was blown away.
Yes.
And I had no idea Line could do that. So I kind of like really, absorbed that line. I would practice it, and I kind of incorporated a little bit into my style, And with this book, I wanted to have that kind of feel where like I said, when the violence hits, it's impactful and you feel it through the texture. So that's why, like you said, with the head pop, with the eyeball popping out, it's all those little things.
Well, and the thing that I think is so interesting is because you're not actually the one drawing this one.
Right.
Like you have found an artist, but you've been able to find an artist and then express to him, like, this is what's in my head.
Do you know what's funny? So here's a little fun tidbit. He was actually a former student of mine.
It was like, I taught him how to draw, and then I went, hey, remember how I taught you how to draw?
He was one of my
draw my book now.
He was one of my students. So I've been working with him for a while, and when it came to this book, I was like, there's only one guy I think I trust to draw this, and it's him.
Well, and I just gotta say, and I keep going back to the main cover because it's just so beautifully done. But the various looks on all of their faces, like he looks like he's still in a daze and hasn't processed anything, right? Like the younger guy right here, he looks like he's still trying to figure out what's going on. She realizes that she's about to die and is horrified and she's like having the breakdown moment.
Yeah.
She's still in the trying to keep her shit together fight moment.
Right.
And she's in the almost worthless, like the one that isn't going to respond. You're literally going to have to drag her along or slap her across the face and be like, come on, right now. Like you're here.
Exactly.
Come right here.
Exactly.
Come back.
That's exactly it.
The way that all of that comes through is just so good. Like in all honesty, without seeing anything else about the book, the cover is what sold it to me. The cover is what made me want it, because this looks creepy as shit. And these characters look like, holy fuck, I'm actually terrified I'm gonna die. And so scrolling down and seeing it doesn't diminish. That isn't just good cover art, because that's happened plenty of times before. We see great cover art and then you get into the book and the book is nothing like the cover.
Absolutely.
Very upsetting.
Yeah.
This is not that. This is like there's action. There's, look at the faces, like still terrified, also a little winded, trying to make sure they keep their feet under them. They know that that's it. And seeing all of that is just, it sells it so much. Like, I mean, this is a young man who is crying because he knows that, like, I'm not coming out of this. Like,
exactly.
I fell in a ditch and that's the bad guy. And he's like, right fucking there.
I told him, I was like, we need the tears, man. I said, I want this to sell. We need the tears. So absolutely.
It's just so well done. And it really, it feels like I feel my blood pressure like rising through these panels, which is exactly what you want. Oh, that's good. We just got the alert that RV is live with Wirehead. It's only been an hour. Thanks, YouTube. You're doing great.
Oh my God.
Hey, at least it happened within the same day. We got notifications that our buddy was live 3 days later. So and I was like, this is, if it weren't for Twitter tweets, we would never know.
True.
So much fun. All right. So you are going to be keeping this up for a little over another month or so.
Yeah.
Up until you go for print. And you are less than $300 away from hitting that first stretch goal.
Yeah, we're pretty close. I know.
I want all you guys that are watching, please share this out. Let's help Robert get to that 10K goal, because this book deserves that love. And I'm very excited for a really good horror. You said this is a one-off?
Yeah, that's it. So this is, it's not going to be one of them things where it's like to be continued and all that, it's.
Do you know how happy that makes me though? Like I'm going to be holding on. As much as I love being able to have that anticipation continually back, like artists and things that I love, when it comes to horror, there is nothing I hate more than shitty cliffhangers. It's like one of the worst things ever.
Yeah.
And so having a self-contained horror that is like, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, everything. And we're not doing a sequel. Like, they're not all going to get better somehow. Or it's not going to be like the fucking, where, everything just kind of passes down to the next group of identical carbon copy teams, and it all happens again.
But he may go to space. I'm just letting you know.
Nice.
Because that Hellraiser was the best one, really.
Right. Believe it or not, I have to admit though, Jason X has a special place in my heart, because that was like space. I love sci-fi and horror, and I was like, whoa! And then he comes out all metal. I was like, all right, I'm into this. Haven't watched it in years though.
Oh my gosh. Well, and that's the thing, is like, I like the idea of not every campaign needs a cliffhanger. Not every campaign needs a sequel. Some of them are best in a contained story, and I think it's the perfect way to do this. That makes me all the more excited, because I know that I'm going to sit down, I'm going to get a full story.
Exactly.
It's going to freak me the hell out.
Yes. And
I can't wait.
That's great. Yeah, definitely. And because one thing too with endings, with horror endings, I feel like you don't want everything, where they walk off into the sunset.
No,
I want it to be. It's a complete story, but that ending is gonna make you feel like, oh shit.
Like, everything's not settled.
Right, but it's gonna stick with you a little bit.
I like it.
It's gonna make you think, like, all right, you just finished it, and you'll be sitting there, you'll be doing something else, and you're gonna be like, oh man, that's crazy. Oh, what's going on?
That's exciting. That is super exciting. Alex, you got any other questions for our amazing guest?
Nope. I just agree, though, that self-contained sometimes is the way to go, and sometimes is much better than trying to drag shit out. Because then you got people that are like, oh, this is one of 95 books? Okay.
Exactly. Exactly.
So now I have to invest myself in these characters for the next 10 years.
Right.
Well, and you also have, like, especially when it's coming to crowdfunding, you also have the anxiety of what happens if it launches when I already have other expenses, or if it launches and I don't know and I don't hear about it. And then it's like, I've got books 1, 2, 3, and 5. And I'm like,
yeah.
Well,
what happens when 1 and 2 fund and 3 doesn't?
Right. And you've invested in the characters, but then like everything stops.
I agree. I don't like that stuff. Yeah.
Well, and that's almost everything. So Sai and I have talked about a couple of different books, and one of them that I'm working on for myself is a horror anthology, and it is just going to be poems and short stories collected on its own, because I want it to be kind of like the scary stories you tell in the dark, or like the Edgar Allan Poe collection, where you pick it up and you have a whole bunch of different kind of flavors of stuff. But it's all in a contained book, and that's it. And if we do more, then we do more. But if we don't do more, then you're not missing anything. Like, it doesn't matter either way.
Right.
And so that's what I'm looking at. So I'm really happy to see other people doing one-offs, because I think one-offs can really have a nice place, especially if you do one-offs and then you're like, hey, we're going through and doing a couple different kinds of these, one-off stories with horror stuff. And then eventually, I guess we have enough that we could combine them all into a graphic novel anthology of our horror stories, if you really wanted to.
Right.
But not have it be something that you have to do.
Right, exactly. And I just feel like you lose people that way sometimes, especially like you said, when it's the first book. This is my first Indiegogo. I want to get that trust. I want to deliver everything on time and deliver a solid, complete story. So, like, if your first book is a cliffhanger like that, people are like, like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Who do you think you are?
I have friends that are very good friends of mine who left me with cliffhangers, and I was like, I was just getting into your story and I got a to be continued, and they were like, yeah, I know. And I'm like, I hate you, know that, right? And they're like, yeah, I know. I'm like, well, just so you know, until the next one comes out and that cliffhanger gets at least somewhat resolved, I'm going to stay somewhat mad at you. They were just like, okay, that's fair.
Exactly.
Well, this has been an absolute pleasure. This has been so much fun for me. Thank you so much, Robert, for hanging out with us and sharing all of the goodness that is Wirehead.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. I'm super stoked for this. And I'm still going to say, I definitely think that you should do some patches.
You got to give me that info. For sure.
I got you. I got you. Like, we'll work that out. That's not a problem.
Okay, good.
Sai, thank you so much for running the chat like you do.
You're very welcome.
Thanks everybody in the chat for hanging out with us. You guys are awesome, and go back Wirehead if you haven't already, because this definitely deserves the love. But until next time, we will see you guys later.
Take care, everybody.